I mean, you're pretty much a part of it right now, so.
I mean, I was planning on eating soon, so I don't know.
I mean,
How long I'm gonna.
you don't actually have to be here like right now. If you need to go like take off, such because I'm fixing to just do my presentation here right now. So.
I'm going to leave you to that.
All right, man. If you want to hop back in at anything, just feel free to let me know, and I'll pump you in. All right.
All right, see ya.
All right. Catch you later, man. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream area right now. Howdy, by the way, Erlinder. So here's a few things we need to actually brush up on real quick, and I can't really see because my new Yeti microphone is right here. If you guys can hear me, just feel free to let me know right now as I am talking. Nice to see you, Alyssa, by the way. So apparently, due to the fact that my streams keep getting cut off very early at the very times, as a safety precaution, what I'm going to do from now on is I'll probably do like a 45-minute stream, depending if I get cut off, which means I will do another one. So I will be doing 2 streams per day that I ever do a stream. So I want to give you guys the heads up about that. So also, how is the quality of my new mic? If you guys can hear the audio, feel free to let me know. While that's going on, I'm going to turn off the lights and then turn on my studio lights. All right. Cool. What the fuck? No. Not leaving this site. Fuck off. Okay, thank you. Oh, it's my microphone was on top of the button. You want up? Come on. Thank you. Because there was something I do need to pull up, and I need to do that right away. I did say I was going to do it mobilely, but you know what? I got myself a new microphone, so hopefully the audio goes through very well on here, and just in case, I will turn the volume up. Let's go through here. I'll look at the chat through here. Cool. Okay, so it's still going through. Cool. Just making sure. All right, audio is going through pretty well. So. It's just repeating. So we got that set up. Okay, I gotta share this. All right, Weezy buddy. I got work I gotta do. Where is the shit safe feature on here? Oh, here we go. We are going to share this Twitter. Got a few minutes before we start doing this. All right, and then Facebook. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Yeah, yeah. Hey, what's up, Chelsea? That's like the only thing about this mic. I actually had to look around and to post. So now I need to get this copy to Discord. All right. No, I need Discord. Where'd it go? All right, we'll just have to do this the hard way. Discord.com. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, this may not be a very length or long discussion on said matter, but it was right after I did a hour or so stream. Pretty much 30 minutes of it was pretty much ripping into Keemstar. However, though, an hour or two so after my stream was supposedly cut off. What are you doing, buddy? So my stream was cut off mysteriously, either due to a connection issue or due to YouTube being a prick, hence the title in the parentheses, F you, YouTube. There was a clip that was presented an hour or two ago, right after my stream was cut off, by Keemstar himself, and Guess who makes a surprise appearance? Well, not physically, but in audio. Leafy is here. And I'll play that clip in just a moment, by the way. Margot, oh my gosh, giggity. Glad you're here. But I want to go ahead and play that real quick. So what I'm going to do, because originally I was setting up a video and my computer was saying, fuck you, you need to do this a different way. So Repzilla pretty much covered most of the tweets, by the way, in terms of what Keemstar was doing. And as much as I really don't want to bring up some of these clips, I'm really going to have to go back to at least two of them because he wants to bring up people's history and their past up with him. Well, you know what? You get a taste of your own medicine. Or let me just put it in terms that maybe Keemstar might understand. You get what you fucking deserve. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Keemstar's Twitter. Drama alert. Drama alert is live. Yada, yada, yada. It's right here. Bingo, here it is. All right, I'm going to turn the volume up.
All right, guys, I'm on the phone with Leafy right now. A lot of people are saying, this isn't real or whatever. But, Leafy apparently wants to help me interview Onision. Is that right?
Yeah, dude, he fucking groomed me as well. He fucking groomed me. We gotta get to the bottom of it now.
Onision!
Is this a fucking joke to you? Seriously? Again, seriously, with all the allegations that have been pretty much proven up to the truth since evidence was presented forward, but yet it's some sort of fucking joke to you and to Leafy. Oh, we're just joking around. Well, seriously, this is coming from you, by the way, who is presented in such a, how should I say this? Doofus, idiotic, hypocritical, arrogant, snobby, self-centered, self-absorbed manner. You want to take credit for shit that people have already had predicted long ago. So we're gonna get right back into this because again, my stream was cut off. I was only given an hour. I only got to tear into Keemstar for only 30 minutes. Morgue Official for maybe the duration of 45 minutes, and that was basically it. That was all the time that I had to move on from this. But I want Keemstar. Something that I've noticed from you is that you like to point out people's past and their history. Well, I want to go ahead and show you guys something, and viewer discretion is strongly advised, by the way, because you want to point out the fact that someone talks bad, which again, I will agree so heartedly with you, by the way, that if someone brings your kids into this, if I was a parent, I'd be fucking pissed too. But here's the thing. You want to bring people's history back up of saying mean words or doing stupid things or being a troll and such or being this and that and this and that. Well, let's go ahead and bring up something that you did long ago. And yeah, we're going to delve into it. And people are going to be like, why are you playing racist shit on here? Well, guess what? We're going to kind of delve into it. Here, I actually have to type in the word. And it's 33 seconds long, by the way.
Fuck this. I'm on Blog TV with my fucking hands up. I'm not starting my nigger. I swear to nigger. I swear to fucking God. Nigger.
I don't know why that one's actually like cut out, but whoever edited that one is a piece of stupid fucking shit. No. I don't want the remix. I just need the original. Hold on a sec. Here we go. This is probably the one right here.
Nigger, I swear.
Oh my gosh, come on.
I swear to fuck.
So you have two uploads of those, and yet they're doing the same exact fucking thing. Come on. Where is the original? Okay, here we go. This is the original right here. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, you guys actually had to keep hearing the word over and over again, but like, let's actually play the video in a clear sort of way so that way everyone can understand the context of someone's past that they want to keep bringing up. He's a fucking hypocrite. I agree. Keemstar's digging his own grave. Yes, and hello.
I'm on Blog TV with my fucking hands up. I'm not starting my fucking self. You fucking...
Just buffering.
Alex is doing this shit. Alex is...
What the fuck? I can't even play a fucking single straight 26-second video. What the fuck is wrong?
Alex is doing this shit. You fucking nigger. I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna go. Everybody type in the chat, Alex is a stupid nigger. Just type in the chat, Alex.
Okay, so Keemstar. You want to talk about past? There's your past. You said the word nigger on YouTube. Yet you want to blame people for their own past and their own stupid crap, which I can understand in some degree. When someone's bringing your kids into the to the whole mix, I can understand and understand your grievances upon that. But you really want to throw the past and history card at people. Your past and history is on YouTube itself. I don't like saying the N-word. I hate that fucking word. I do. And I'm pretty sure some people that just saw me say that were shocked too. But again, the context of this is pretty much to explain the fact that you yourself have a past and a history. You've said some racist shit on YouTube. Now, fast forward through the history. Let's get right into the future part of this because these two dipshits should not cover the serious topics. They're not even fit for these fucking topics because, for one, if we learn anything from Leafy's here, but here's the thing, without a shadow of a doubt, or actually no, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. He's been gone for many years. Maybe to some degree, maybe he'll pull his head out of his ass. But if history has taught us anything, is that number one, fixing the camera, is that Keemstar doesn't learn from his mistakes. He likes to take the credibility for everything. Number two, Leafy's here doesn't really pretty much put any credible effort to anything that he's doing. He just mocks the situation by just using his own smug attitude and ways of verbal communication to his audience. Is like, nah, I'm not going to talk about this dude while playing a video game all the damn time. It was someone who I was subscribed to back then, and it only took me, again, it was somewhat about a long more time than when I was subscribed to Onision. And yes, I did say that one name once. It took me 2 weeks to figure that out, and then with Leafy's here, it took me about a few months or so to unsubscribe from him from that matter. Hey, Elsie, how you doing, man? So I'm going to go right back up. I'm kind of surprised that this thing's working. Okay, and I just found out it was my microphone that was causing me, because it was pressing on the button. It kept repeating Keemstar shit all over again. So, Wheezy, what are you doing? Wheezy! Don't mess with that. Don't mess with that. Drama alert DM. No, no, no. That is not for you. No. That is not for you. Store user tweet, custom over. Okay, this is like shit from long ago, so. So here's what I want to understand. Like, I want to kind of like dissect and get a little bit to a history of this. I don't really know too much about Keemstar himself, other than the fact that he exploited Take Shot Action, who is a good friend of a lot of us in this chat. He's tried taking credibility for shit that other people have done. He swears that he's really done with one subject, but then once he hears that it goes on mainstream news, he jumps right into it. So with that, let's see, it depends on context. He said it to insult someone you didn't. Yeah. There's certain people out there that are going to probably like use that against me, but again, context is pretty much the important part of that. But okay, so good news though. So right when we get back into that, OBS somewhat has been making itself an improvement for me. So I'm really happy about that. I just got to get a few things rolling, but payday kind of came, so I had to make a few payments towards. But I'm pretty happy with that. Other than that, so a little bit of an insight history I wanted to get into about Keemstar is that, I was really afraid to do a response. I did a response to Keemstar a very long time ago, but I never was direct because I was just afraid about like what would happen if I made a response, because I've seen how his fan base has reacted before, because they always like to spam the N-word all the time when it comes to Twitch, when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to other people's channels, when it comes to other people's areas of live streaming, video making. They would constantly do that, and I was pretty much afraid to do that. And this is during back then when we had Brett Keane. I guess I'm not sure if it was Brett Keane and Keemstar that actually had a talk one-on-one. Not entirely sure. There was other people that was involved in that chat too. Not this chat. I'm talking about like from back then. We're talking like 2014, 2015. So it was just from the years ago from back then. So what I'm going to do. Keemstar calls out YouTubers who make what videos. Let's actually go over this, because this actually seems a little bit interesting. And if you hear the O word, the certain O word that I don't want to talk about, bear in mind, I'm not the one saying this. This is from a user called Pegasus, and this is about 13 and 33 seconds long. So let's kind of delve into this.
So Keemstar has found himself in another controversy. Not really surprising, but he does like to voice his opinions on Twitter a lot, and some people don't always agree with them. And this results in a lot of...
not a whole lot of people agree with him, because, again, it's kind of like what I said yesterday on my live stream yesterday. You put two and two together. Some guy who, some reporter, quote unquote, makes 1 million views on a video, and he decides to do an interview on the most infamous Aphebophile on all of YouTube, which is gaining pretty much a lot of traction and hate. You put the two formulas together, you pretty much end up with a lot of views and a lot of cash. So it kind of seems a little bit perfect. And on top of the fact that you're trying to add in Leafy is here, not you, Pegasus, Keemstar. Keemstar and Leafy's here. He's trying to make his comeback in some way. And, I find it very insulting to hear that when Leafy comes on and Keemstar's there, they're mocking the situation where Leafy's saying, well, I need, Mr. O groomed me too. We got to get to the bottom of it. Gosh, not taking the sort of shit that people have been doing seriously. Again, we've covered the topic and subject of this situation before. Billie the Fridge already said it clearly and loudly for everyone to hear, that everyone is on the same subject. Everyone is on the same page on the matter. But I don't think that Keemstar himself is taking the initiative to listen to people, because anyone that covers the subject, and again, I'm not generalizing people, because there's some people that I've had beef with that have constantly milked the situation or exploited the situation that I've had a problem with. Joy Sparkles, for instance, Mike and Actor for another. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't want to keep saying the guy's name over and over again. I don't want to put the certain dude's name into the stream or into the videos all over again. So that's just sort of the reason why. He did it to piss off people, and that's his whole career was based on. Before Drama Alert, he admitted to the Misfits podcast that he trolled kids on Xbox Live during streams. Wow, so he's got nothing better to do with his time than to harass and belittle children, to the point where Microsoft banned every Xbox he purchased. According to him, he was a part of the channel called FAG, and the network he was a part of cut him off because the CEO is gay. Wow. Just kind of goes to show how much Keemstar is pretty much not doing pretty well. Let's continue.
Arguments. So this one starts off with Keemstar tweeting, "You were so incredibly unfunny, it's embarrassing. Every video you milk on O'Neill forces me to side with O'Neill due to how shit you are at being informative or entertaining at iNever69. Now that's a pretty hot take, because
every time he's about to say the certain name, I cough so I don't have to hear it.
we've got him saying the words "side with Onision," which are supposed to be comedic here, but will still obviously trigger at least 1 million people. And we've got him calling another YouTuber unfunny. Now, if you don't know who iNapper is, he's basically a commentary channel who covers trending topics, and yeah, Onision.
Okay, I don't want to keep hearing the name though. Okay, bear with me.
Has been mega trending right now, so naturally he'd make Onision videos, and Keemstar doesn't like this because he thinks people are just milking.
Yeah, go ahead and send me the link. I give you the permission to do that.
I think the main problem he has is with multiple videos on Onision. He also seems to really
I'm not going to do that. Fuck it.
Which I found out later in the video why exactly he doesn't like Repsion. But yeah, Repsion also makes pretty much a majority Onision content, but we'll get to that later. Look, it's very clear that there's an Onision hate mob out there, but these channels with nothing but Onision content.
Okay, can we go? Sorry, Pegasus, I don't want to bust your balls or anything, okay? Because like I said, I don't know enough about your content, so I can't really make a analysis. But come on, can we stop saying the word every 10 seconds, please?
You can't trust in the slightest. They'll be like, Onision's wife groomed this little girl, so Onision is guilty. But you just said it was his wife? Okay, so...
I mean, I get he's reading tweets, but again...
Onision hate mob, as he called it, likes to jump a lot. Now, I do understand that there's a lot of Onision haters who will literally see a comment, and believe anything at face value and use it to cancel him.
Okay. Pegasus, this is where I have to agree to disagree right here. It's not the fact that if anything happens, we just jump right on it. There's people out there like myself and others that don't really want to jump to the conclusion that just because something is out there, we're automatically just going to hate it. I think it's to a point if it's evaluated strongly enough and that it's very considerable, then yeah, maybe the situation or the context of that situation is most likely believable. It's being that there's evidence to being proved that allegations because of certain things like the forums, the child pornography, and pretty much the grooming situations that, that said individual had pretty much caused. It's, that stuff's already been proved, and we've already saved, the receipts, the messages, and pretty much the abusive content, or pretty much, I guess, the FBI has, because that's what they're using to evaluate what said individual is doing. I just don't think that's completely fair to the people that dislike or have a hatred. The strange thing is that I don't hate that said individual. I just severely dislike him. Hate is a strong word, and I'm not trying to throw my religion out there. I'm not trying to throw my personal beliefs out into the mix there, but I can't hate someone. I can severely dislike them, but I mean, to some ways I can despise, what they do, definitely. It's a sick and fucked up thing to do. Don't get me wrong, but I just think it's kind of unfair to just say that we're always just taking something at face value. I'm not an anti-O, but again, just kind of speaking that not everyone is just going to take something at face value. Everyone thinks differently. Everyone kind of takes the sort of thing in a different kind of perspective or a different light to it. So I just want to kind of clarify that a bit.
But there's also a lot of people who are sensible and only condemn him when it's absolutely required. When he's
okay, so he's on board with that fact. Okay, so I didn't actually have to cover it. So my bad, Pegasus. You got me.
Grooming kids, Yeah, but that's not all they talk about. Both Onision and his husband are predators. Specifically, Kai acts as someone to bring in underage girls for both him and Onision. They're both predators, and maybe listening to what some people are saying would be beneficial. Channels making Onision videos are not attempting to get facts to viewers. All these videos are, how can me make Onision look as bad as we can, so they can milk views from this hate mob.
Okay, so this is a tweet that I didn't see here. So this is something I need to point out to Keemstar. Channels making videos are not attempting to get facts to viewers. All these vids are, how can we make look as bad as we can so we can milk views from this hate mob? I mean, I could have argued that point from for Mike and Actor, because I had beef with him back then, but again, something I just needed to let go because I did not want infighting. But I'm not sorry for the fact that I called out Mike and Actor, by the way. I still stand by what I speak about, but again, I'm not going to throw heat at the dude, but I still stand by what I speak about, and it's the reason why I don't want to keep making or have titles of that said individual. It's very hard. It's a tempting thing, But that's the reason why, like, every time his name pops up, that's why I do this, cough, or just rename it so he doesn't get thrown out there again, because I just don't want to keep having to do that, because it's already done for me like hundreds of times by like millions of people. So, but this is where I start having a problem, because Keemstar, you argue the point that when someone makes videos, it's just because they can milk the views, from this hate mob. Keem, you went from not giving a shit again. I said this before from last night, but you went from not giving a shit months ago, and then once it caught mainstream news, you ate that shit all up. So, you're kind of grasping at straws at this point. So you're straw manning yourself up with this argument, because now you're saying that, we're just doing it for the clout, when you yourself, you caught the attention when it caught the mainstream, media. So as soon as when Chris Hansen and others caught wind of this situation, you decided to take advantage of that, and you came back and you wanted to do an interview. Here's the problem with this. And again, I'm going to clarify this because I was pissed off, but I wanted to just speak a little bit more clearly and more fluently. But before I do that, I want to kind of read this here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Marie. Hello, True Crime Stories. Let's see. Keem. See, the problem with this is that just because when one thing comes out, not everyone jumps over to the conclusion and just saying, oh, because that happened, so-and-so. No. Why else would I, to my viewers, why else would I make a stream, covering Billie the Fridge? Why else would I make a stream looking over evidence? Why else would I be going to people and asking questions and stuff? I've made mistakes about things, okay? I've made a mistake when I sent an email to said individual and I actually had my information wrong. Some person sent me some information, but the information itself was completely mixed and completely wrong, and it was completely effed up. And by effed up, I mean like it was not correct. And guess what? I had to live with the fact that I sent the wrong type of information that I found out that pissed me off to said individual. Now, I can be wrong. And that's something that I've learned from. And guess what? I've grown from it. That's the reason why I don't like to jump to conclusions, because I have learned from stuff like that. I feel embarrassed. Did he respond to me with it? No, not that I'm aware of. But still, the fact of the matter is that I learned from that mistake, and I don't take things at face value. Now, right now, I'm only going off of things that we know are absolutely true, and that's everything that Sarah has presented, everything that Billie has presented, everything Shiloh has presented, everything that every single victim, including Sear, to terms of friendship-wise, has been presented. So it's apparently clear that also, apart from the incriminating evidence that he will not be named, dug himself into a hole. So what's there to do? I mean, yeah, I'm all for, innocent until proven guilty, but again, he already self-incriminated himself. So there's really no point for me to argue that point against you. So I find that weird.
I want one trustworthy YouTuber to cover all of this, not Repzion and iNapper. I don't trust these rats.
And then I don't trust Keemstar either to cover any of this, because again, we can put the equation together. Keemstar, one of the most infamous, in a bad way, one of the most infamous reporters who has cashed in on everything such as tragedy, such as drama, such as sick, twisted shit that's garnered millions of views, to do an interview along with a certain comeback artist, Leafy is here, equals into that part of the equation. Cha-ching. Do you get where I'm going with this?
In my opinion, like, everybody's content is different. Like, if you look at iNever's content, he's more focused on the comedic aspect of the Onision situation rather than actually holding Onision's hand and shoving him inside a jail cell. I think he just wants a laugh. I could be wrong, but that's just the impression I got. Now, meanwhile, Repzion has been making Onision videos for 10 years. I think he takes it a bit more seriously. He's literally gone to court and stuff, and I think he's definitely more concerned with the facts, as you call it. But hey, Keemstar thinks they're rats. I mean, fair enough. I guess you could have your opinion, but yeah.
I mean, that's fine. He can have his opinion, but like the fact that he's going to keep spouting his mouth off and kind of argue the fact that people are just doing it for clout, when he himself pretty much jumped on the fact that he did it for mainstream, like he caught the attention when it came to mainstream media. So I don't think he has any room to argue that. If he can't stick with his guns, how do I take him seriously?
I think it's a bit harsh. So Repzion finally responds here saying, yeah, because my coverage
all right,
hasn't
thank you,
been
Alice.
accurate at all. Please show me where I was wrong with the information I presented in any of my content regarding Onision. He took me to civil court. I spoke with each victim before publishing my X-Files video. Yes, I'm a rat. If I got something wrong in my coverage, I'll admit to it. I shouldn't say interview, but I did speak to each one. I asked them to watch my video before release. I took content out that they asked me to upon request too. These morons will make a 5...
Okay, so now he's talking about Keem now. So he was talking about Repsion's tweets. Now he's going on to Keem's tweets.
Part video series on Onision cutting down a tree. You can't trust these clans. Okay, he put canon.
I think that one was a little bit more of not, I wouldn't say a low blow, but like a hollow argument, because I think what he's referring to is the fact that said individual was cutting down trees and bushes in a wetland area that he wasn't supposed to, because the land was not owned by him, and he decided to dump all that crap into the pond. And I think that's what he was pretty much playing some sort of puppetry argument to Repsion about that.
Instead, but I feel like those two statements can coexist. Like, you can make a 5-part series on Onision cutting down a tree.
Hey,
and also
what's up, Tyler?
trust them to get the serious stuff right. Like, you can milk a topic and still get it right. It's not really mutually exclusive. He literally admitted to either dating or sleeping with, can't exactly remember, a 17-year-old, and you're defending him. Number one, I'm not defending him.
So Keemstar's argument, I'm not defending him, yet he says in a tweet that everyone has a chance to defend themselves, even though that said individual incriminated himself. So Keem, what the fuck?
I'm criticizing two clowns making videos every time Onision sneezes. I should be criticizing the hate mob because most of you in it, including you, are dumb. 17.
So I should be criticizing the hate mob because most of you in it, including you, are dumb. Not everyone in this so-called hate mob is dumb. It's the fact that we all actually have legitimate grievances towards that person. Again, to that extent, I will agree that there are some toxic people in that said community or in said, mob mentality. But again, everyone has the right to feel pissed off about it. But it's depending on who make content. When I was pissed at Mike and Actor, when I was pissed off at Joy Sparkles because they were milking situations and they were pretty much, it was basically a copy and paste formula. Is what I was pissed off about. And I wanted to tone down my subject areas. And this was nothing like what Stevie did back in the day. When he did it, he was the OG. He was one of the OGs who called him out back in the day. Keemstar, the problem is that you're relying more on your arrogance and you're relying more on your selfish old ways rather than coming onto the same conclusion. Again, to the extent, I agree. People can be toxic. Some people can be, dumb in the fucking head. But not everyone is like this. The third thing that he argues, you guys got to see this shit right here. I mean, I think I've brought this up on my stream before, but I want you guys to pay attention to this particular part right here. So right where it says number 3, he says in his tweet, number 3, 17 is a legal age of consent where said individual lives. Here's where that problem is, by the way, Keem. Let me adjust my camera before I argue that. Now, even if I actually had this a bit mixed up, this does not take away or reduce the fact that he flew them out to get around the law. He flew these women or girls to get around the law. That's what we're kind of nifty about, okay? It's not the fact that, you had sex with somebody when they're 17 in that state. It would be a completely different story to some regard if it was just those two meeting in that state. Yeah, still kind of fucking creepy, but at that extent, hold on one second. But to that extent, if you're flying someone out from a state very close to the age of 17, 16, 15 and whatnot, and you're flying them out, and they're barely to that age to get around that law, that becomes a very creepy problem. Let's see. I've seen you around Discord server. Popping in and out. Yeah. Hey. Okay. Got a new message. Ooh, what was my message? Ah, okay. Okay, I might actually play those. So thank you, Ellis, by the way. So I might play those right after this.
Is a legal age of consent where Onision lives. Just wanted to call you dumb again with a fantastic
Yeah, his fourth point was just an ad hominem.
tweets right here. These people that make Onision videos will say Onision is 100% guilty, 100% proven, but Onision will most likely not be arrested or go to...
Yeah, because that's Keemstar's mentality. Because you know what? That sort of negativity is not going to go anywhere. Like, I'm so fucking sick and tired of people saying that, well, it's not going to happen. Have a little faith, people. This isn't going for people in my chat, but I'm just saying out in general. Have a little faith. You know what? Something's happening. We have 3 branches of authorities, or 3 different types of authorities looking into the matter: local, state, and federal. Just be patient. Thing is, I'm not rushing anything. I'm actually glad, they're taking their time with this. You know what? I'm so sick of people just trying to rush the entire thing. Well, they need to get it done already. Calm down. Just focus on positivity. Good vibes, mellow fucking energy. Come on.
jail. What happened to 100% proven guilty? I can't trust any of you. I mean, I've always said that he's definitely going to go to jail, but I don't really care.
Damn, I didn't know that.
I just want to look at the memes for the most part, but those 2 statements are definitely contradictory. I don't know who's saying that, though. Also, Billie the Fridge did an IRL live stream where he went to Onision's house. Onision came out and they were playing around, being nice to each other, because, well, Billie is cool with everyone. The Onision hate mob started calling Billie a pedo and shit.
Okay, see, the thing is that you don't speak for all of those people, Keem. You don't speak for people like me. You don't speak for people, like Stevie. You don't speak for people that pretty much call out the shit for what it is. Now, was I pissed at a lot of things that Billie the Fridge did? You're damn right I'm pissed at a lot of things that Billie the Fridge did. But for me, that's water under the bridge. I may not necessarily agree with a lot of things. And yeah, he did piss off Sarah. He did piss off Regina. But, at least he had legitimacy to have guilt. And you know what? He owned up to what he fucking did. And he can take the criticism, and he's a lot more humble than you, Keem.
I don't trust these people at all. It's really annoying trying to do anything right on the internet because a lot of people take it way too far and are extremely obsessed to the point where some are actually blind in a sense. So I kind of get where he's coming from, but he's taken it a bit too...
Did he even forget to mention the fact that said individual sexually assaulted Billie the Fridge? Like, did he forget that part?
Far as well. Keemstar seems to be very bothered by a community trying to expose a predator. Makes you wonder. See, look, now I'm a pedo because I'm criticizing these clowns. This is why I don't trust...
It's not the fact that you're being called a pedo. It just seems kind of weird that you're defending somebody who's been accused of such strong allegations when there's actually a lot of evidence pointed against him. Not even fabricated, by the way. I think that's the thing. I don't think the person was calling you, Keemstar, not Pegasus, but keeping on the same track here, Keemstar, a pedo.
Trust any of you in this Onision hate mob. You can't be trusted. I personally hate Onision and he hates me, but it's actually impossible to believe Onision is guilty of everything they are saying about him. So-called evidence is always presented with emotion or assumption. They never present Onision's counter-arguments. They just say guilty. Well, this is...
I mean, but his counter-arguments are just words that came out of his mouth. The so-called guy claimed that everything that Sarah said was taking his stuff out of context, that he had the stuff saved up. Well, again, why didn't he submit that stuff right after? Right now, the only thing he's gone on, the only thing he has at this point is words. If he had these so-called screenshots to disprove what she had to say, why didn't he submit those? The day or the moment he found out about it, the moment that she came forward with these screenshots and receipts. Why didn't he present all of those forward? That's right. We're only going off words. We're not going off facts, and we're not going off of evidence. This is the problem, Keem. You're not thinking outside of the box here.
It's getting juicy. I need to grab my popcorn. Hold on a sec. I'm going to interview Onision and give him a fair chance to defend himself, since none of you will.
See, in that tweet that you made saying that, where was that tweet? So this is 5 minutes and 57 seconds long. So basically, you basically say, number one, I'm not defending him. I'm criticizing two clowns making videos. And then you go over to say here at 5:27. Hold on, let me bring it up. Here we go. To believe he's guilty of everything, yada, yada, yada. Fast forward. So from that first tweet that you made, give him a fair chance to defend himself. Yep. So it kind of feels like you're contradicting that in a way.
Fair chance to defend himself, since none of you will. Oh boy, I'd love to see that. Actually,
It's because I'm moving my head up here.
$10,000
So
for an interview, though. Are you actually going to pay him? He does deserve a fair chance. Why would you do this? This is exactly why I don't trust any of you in this Onision hate mob. Okay, I kind of get it now. Like, fair.
with the, I can sort of agree, but again, like these kind of people don't represent everyone in this particular area or that particular subject matter. I guess the main thing that I'm really just aggravated the fact is that, you know, he went from not giving a shit to giving a shit right after it caught media attention. And what's really just bothering me as opposed to what he's saying here is the fact that I just don't believe he's taking it seriously, though. I just don't believe that he's making the situation well deserved or pretty much well recognized as something that is a severe case, and what Keemstar and Leafy is here could really damage things up. It's already been kind of damaged in the way that Billy the Fridge did, but at least with Billy the Fridge, that he owned up to his shit. I know that's repetitive, but again, you know, push comes to shove, sometimes you got to push a little bit of a reminder. I don't think we really need to do much more of that. So there is one thing I really wanted to touch up upon. Repzilla. I actually like watching Repzilla. I like his content a lot more. It's 12 minutes and 16 seconds, but what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to skip ahead and just disregard the intro.
I personally have no problem with this, but there is one thing that I have a problem with. Today on Exploring YouTubers, man, that looks really hot. I think I'm gonna let that cool down. So in general, when a commentator, a news channel wants to raise awareness about a creator that's done something wrong,
and this is something else I want to just talk about out there, like to anyone making these certain type of he who will not be named videos, I have nothing against you when you make these videos. Don't get it wrong. It's not like when I see someone like, oh, you're making a video, yeah, you should be criticized for it. Oh, you made this, you made another one, yeah, you should be criticized for it. Oh, this one made a video. Because if I was doing that, I would be one of the biggest hypocrites of them all, and I would be called out for it too. That's not the issue that I have here. It's the fact that I just don't feel that certain people out there are taking the situation very seriously. And this is why, and again, this is why I was so paranoid when I got into my infighting with Mike and Actor, because I was paranoid because certain people that I thought were pissed off at me, particularly for starting this infighting. But again, I spoke my mind out about something, and to a certain degree, as much as, like, again, I don't agree with the sort of business practices that Mike and Actor does, but at the end of the day, that's his stuff. He can do whatever the hell he wants. But again, that doesn't mean he can't escape criticism. But to certain extents, you know, I do have to give him a bit of credit because, you know, that topic has been out there and that topic's not going away anytime soon. So, but again, what kind of reflects the difference between me and him is that I don't want to keep pressing that matter or using the name because I don't want to be shown as a hypocrite, you know. And how ironic, because the name has been mentioned so many times by Pegasus and through Keemstar. And again, that's why I kind of like blur it out. So I wanted to make that clear.
On especially, I'm all 100% on board with that. I think that's great. Anybody that wants to jump in and help people. But with Keemstar, I have to question.
I mean, he can be focused on not Keemstar. He can be focused on J Station, but like, wasn't J Station already arrested and shit? All right, you know, I'm gonna play the link Ellis sent me. I don't think we really need the. I don't think we need Repzilla's video. I've seen Repzilla's video this morning, so let's do this then.
started a podcast with one of my friends called The Bad Kid Show. That blew up, but the channels kept getting deleted and shut down and shut down and shut down. So we make new channels and just keep doing the podcast, right? It just got really like, it just sucked, man. They just kept deleting my channels over and over again. Didn't know what I was gonna do. Got addicted to this show called Newsroom on HBO. Like addicted. Like I was in that world. And so I seen Call of Duty YouTubers at the time fighting, like talking.
Oh, this
shit
is
on
when he
Twitter.
trolls those kids.
But on YouTube, not so much. Every once in a while, you'd have a YouTuber brave enough to be like, I don't like this guy. I don't like what he did, you know? But all the opinions and all the fighting and stuff was on Twitter. So what I started doing, because I was addicted to Newsroom, is I started as a meme to like act like a fucking reporter and talk about people fighting with each other on Twitter.
Hold
and
on.
then fans were like, you need a hashtag. I was like,
So to act like just acting like a reporter, not a real reporter, just acting like one. Okay, well, that kind of explains some backstory.
hashtag drama alert, right? And then someone's like, dude, you should make videos on this. I was like, fuck it. So I made a video. It got 100,000 views on a brand new channel.
Jeez, that's massive.
20 hours.
What year would that have been?
That was I would say the end of 2000. No. Early 2012.
Yeah, so 100,000 views would have been crazy back then.
Oh, yeah.
And that type of time frame.
I made a channel. I made the first Drama Alert channel, and it got 100,000 subscribers in 30 days. And every single video had like anywhere between 60 and 100,000 views.
Crazy.
What was the like general reception with the community on YouTube when that sort of cropped up? Was everyone sort of excited about this drama channel, or were they get terrified of it immediately? Or
it was an instant success.
Right.
It was so YouTubers, they were watching it. Like they were all watching it. They were all into it. I already built my reputation with all these gaming entertainers. They know me from FAG, right? There was no one that did anything even similar until much later. You know, the Grief guys came around. So everybody knew who I was. So they just supported this goddamn thing that I was doing and would check it out.
The thing about that sort of stuff is, like, as a YouTuber, I feel like, you know, there's a lot of people that dislike the Drama Alert channel, but and like the fact that it's reporting on the drama and stuff. But I think most YouTubers, if they look in their recommended and see a juicy story, they're gonna click it. You know, they're gonna be interested in it.
Yeah, let me know who they are so I can expose them. So the main thing was, like, there was two things. It was always a joke, right? I'm pretending to be a newscaster, right?
Yeah.
But also serious because this is
So he was just pretending to be a newscaster. So that's basically how this all started. What the fuck?
real news. And then also there was always another element of it from the very beginning where fuck TMZ, fuck the mainstream media. They are not treating us like celebrities.
And yet you're using the mainstream media that covered the whole "he who will not be named" situation, and then you decided to take advantage of that. February 1st, 2020, by the way.
I'm getting more views than CNN, you know? Yeah. They're not treating us like fucking celebrities. So it was
Yet you're treating people outside of your own fan base like fucking shit bags in a toilet bowl.
Like, I'm going to create a news thing that will treat these people like superstars, you know? And what they say matters, and their opinions matter. And, you know, I'm going to focus on that. Regardless, in the span of 2 years, I created 4 Drama Alert channels that all got banned. Each one of them had over 100,000 subscribers.
Right.
So to this day, YouTube, Susan, you owe me 5 100K plaques. I had to fix.
And the only thing I'm going to really owe this guy at the very end of the day is pretty much 2 middle fingers.
Figure out a way to get around this because there was haters that were like, "Hey, YouTube, Keemstar has a new channel."
Also, how could I hate somebody I don't even fucking know? I here's something I really want to cover real quick on the term hater, okay? Hater is just one of those words, is that if you really hate somebody, you have to actually have a genuine feeling of hating somebody for a particular fucking reason. For me, I can't hate. There's no reason for me to hate. I mean, I severely dislike Keemstar, but it's no reason for me to hate the fucking dude. I think he's a fucking douche, but... You know, I can't hate someone I don't absolutely know. The only thing I really go off of is the fact that what you do on YouTube, I mean, yeah, you exploited my friend Take Shot Action, for your monetary gain, and I despise you for it. But I guess in the way despise is just more like severely disliked, and I just don't respect you for it. I don't respect you at all.
And they were just banning it, and I had to start over.
Also, in the fact that I'm actually having the balls now to finally call you out is kind of the other thing.
And over again. So I had to figure out a way to survive this. So we looked at the TOS, went through every line, and was like, okay, we got it, right? Put the channel, a friend created the current Drum Alert channel. They went to suspend it again. And we were just like, Keemstar doesn't even own this. He's the content creator. Right. He's not banned from appearing in a YouTube video.
Yeah.
He's just banned from creating a channel. So, I was the first one to kind of discover this loophole, and they had to unban it. Legally, they had to unban the channel, right?
Did that take much fighting?
Thank you, by the way, Margot.
Dude, it was a span of my network at the time, sending a lengthy email, and it was back in 2 days.
Right.
It's so crazy to think that, people think of, like, very recent being all, suppressing of what they don't support. But they've been doing it since the beginning. It's just people haven't really been talking about it other than you.
Well, I got really lucky because, because I've had such a good career with trolling and entertained so many people, eventually fans of mine got jobs at YouTube and started working at YouTube, who did support me, did fuck with me, and did understand who I was as a content creator. Like, I'm not a horrible person. I'm a character, right?
Not a horrible person. You financially reap the rewards of us exploiting Take Shot Action's attempted suicide, and that was just a character to you? Drink my fucking scotch. I definitely need it, though. One second, I'll be right back. I'm kind of too disgusted at that. Thank you, by the way. All right. I think I need another drink. That's why I love Scotch whiskey. That shit is strong. Don't drink and drive, people. I am drinking Scotch whiskey, Red Label Scotch whiskey. Gonna have to chase that down sooner or later. All right.
Like, they got that. And so in early 2016, in February of 2016, I was completely removed off the ban list. And they said, this is your second chance. If you fuck up again and get banned, you're done, right? So I got my channel back. It was legally given back to me, and I've towed the line ever since. So
cool. And then, between then and now, it's just being drama alert, just kind of keeping up with things.
Yeah, I mean, I love it, right? I love talking about shit. I love when stuff goes down in the community. Like, it's literally what gets me up in the morning, Like, I love it.
Okay, so that was pretty much the majority of that one. All right, so I'm going to watch also the original one that Ellis also provided for me, the full story of Keemstar's N-word clip. So let's just watch the full context of it, and you are going to hear that word again, so bear with me. Okay. It's 10 minutes and 20.
All right, let's talk about your career a little bit, Keem. How did you find yourself being the #1 drama channel on YouTube? How did you find yourself in that position?
Do you want me to start from the very beginning?
Let's go.
Start with Blog TV.
Well, it'll take a little bit to get, but Yeah. So I did legal collections at an attorney's office. I was pretty good at my goddamn job, and I would get a bonus check for hitting different quotas and stuff. Got a big fucking bonus check. Took everyone in the office out for drinks. Got completely wasted. Went home.
I didn't
got
even
on
know that either.
Xbox
Crap.
Live
Wait, let
and
me
just
stop
started
this.
talking shit to people.
So you're meaning to tell me that he took advantage of the Angry Grandpa show situation when Angry Grandpa actually passed away? Fuck, man.
Because that's what I like to do. And I was especially really drunk. So I'm telling this guy, I'm like, I'm going to bend your grandmother over my knee, shave her ass hair, roll it up in a blunt, and make you smoke it. Like, I'm saying foul shit, right? I didn't know this, but a guy in my game was recording me. I had no idea. Right. So, like, the next day I get on Xbox Live and my messages are filled. Seen you on YouTube. I'm like, I'm not on YouTube. What is this, right? I find the video and I'm like, oh my God. So I reach out to the guy because I was going to ask him to delete it because I didn't want it to affect my job. Yeah. He goes, dude, you're the funniest dude like I've ever heard. Best trash talker. He's like, you should make videos with us. We just formed this group. We're like, messing with kids, talking trash to them in this game.
I mean, like, what was it? What was it with you messing with kids? By the way, that's kind of the thing. Like, what was it with you? Just think they were just easy targets?
So I went from asking to delete it to being like,
and like joining it.
Okay, yeah, like. So I started doing that, and within 3 months, Machinima offered me a contract because you couldn't get paid back then.
Fuck, that is a name I have not heard in a long ass fucking. Whatever happened to Machinima, by the way?
For gaming content, you just did it for the love of the game, Machinima offered me a contract within 3 months. Started my own YouTube channel. It just blew up.
What year was around the time that you started your YouTube channel?
It would have been January of 2009.
And it was it on your own channel or was it on that group?
Well, we had our own individual channels and then we had a group channel.
Okay, yeah.
And so we were the first. I mean, obviously there was gaming trolling videos and content like
There's
that.
like good grief
prior to us, right? But we were the first ones to like have a channel based on that. Like all of our content was based on that.
Yeah.
So you go into a game, someone would call you a faggot or whatever, right? Sure. Oh, now we're gonna fuck with this dude. We're gonna betray him. We're gonna get him to betray us, and we're gonna be like, "Yo, what's the shape of Italy?" Boot, and then we kick him from the game because he's betrayed us. Like just shit like that. So
this is on Halo.
Yeah, all on Halo 3. So we were the first ones that did that. Our channel blew up. I mean, we got 250,000 subscribers, which back then was like in 2009. That was like literally having like, I don't know, to 10 million subs today, right? Yeah.
He's friends with Michael Green. Okay, well that kind of explains some shit.
After a while of doing this, people didn't believe us. They were like, "Oh, your videos are staged." The main meme back then was faking gay. Oh, this is faking gay.
Ray William Johnson's here.
Yeah. So I had to prove people that we were doing these pranks. These pranks were real. So I started streaming over on Blog TV, and I was doing all my pranks and all my trolling and all my trash talking and all my different characters that I would do in Halo. In front of a live audience,
playing through,
pulling anywhere between 2,000 and 3,000 people every single night.
That is insane. That's very crazy for back then.
Yeah, that was the late 2009, summer of 2010. So on that site, Blog TV, there was the Shaytards, Shane Dawson, Phil DeFranco.
Gosh, Shaytards. I didn't want to be reminded. Guy was so fucking mediocre.
Everybody kind of had a Blog TV deal. And either Shay Carl or Phil DeFranco was number one when I started.
Yeah, and Shay Carl, by the way, was just one of those channels where it was just a guy flailing his arms, just acting crazy all the damn time. So I don't see how that was entertaining at all. Oh gosh, I'm so reminded of some stupid shit
over there. And in a matter of like 3 months, I became number one on Blog TV. Like that was like my platform. So I did very good with that, trolling and doing all that live stuff. Eventually, at some point, like, Xbox Live started banning all my Xboxes. I mean, like, every fucking day, it was, like, religious to me. Go to GameStop, buy a brand new Xbox,
So
go home.
once the account's banned, you can't use that Xbox anymore.
You can't use the Xbox. They would
Right.
ban the
What?
Xbox.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So in order to make my videos, I'd have to like try to hide my username, right? It's because the Xbox moderator who he was doxxed and everything. His name was Steve, but I can't think of his last name, which whatever. He would go onto every single stream because they were trying to stop this trolling. They were trying to stop.
Right. Trying to stop cyberbullying.
Microsoft was trying to stop everything that made gaming fun. Like, just that's why they lost to Sony. Period. But so they were trying.
I mean, geez, I wonder why Microsoft, one of the biggest corporations ever out there in terms of making an Xbox, was this Xbox 360 back then, or we're talking like no, this is Xbox 360 because if his channel was debuted in 2009, this would have had to have been around the 360 era. So I think this is before Xbox One kind of plummeted their stock sales back then. So this had to have been the 360 era.
Trying to stop that by banning me. And so what I would do is I would stream for about 1 hour, get banned, console banned, can't do anything with it. It's a bricked. It's literally banned from going online. Take that the next day to GameStop, return it. Hey, this didn't work. Get a new one. Then the next day would be Walmart, and I would just switch places just so I could keep doing it. That became so stressful and so much hell that I needed to find something else to do because Microsoft was trying to shut me down. So there was this website called Battlecam, right? And I would go over on Battlecam, and that wasn't gaming at all. That was just live, talking trash to each other. And there was one spot where you could cam up, and everybody would have to be in this lineup, and the viewers would vote if that person stays up or gets voted down, right?
So it's like a 1v1 verbal battle.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So what I would do is I'd go over there, but I would also be live streaming on Blog TV. I'd come over with 2,000 people. They would all upvote me, and I would hijack the website. So nobody could kick me off.
Yeah,
and I would
That's amazing.
I would sit there for like 2 hours straight talking shit to every single one of those people that cammed up normally. They couldn't even respond. So
what kind of people were they? Like, were they just regular guys?
Boomers, white trash,
Right.
like just some young kids, like every different, race, every different age group, every different
So the idea of battle cams is you get on a webcam and you talk shit to each other, and
We got like 4 minutes left. We haven't even gotten up to the point where he says the N word.
audience decides who talks the best shit.
The audience decides who stays up. Yeah.
Is there anything like that around today?
I
That
don't
sounds like
think
a
so. It's
great
a
concept.
fucking great
Yeah,
idea.
no, it's a great idea. So it was
Hmm.
created by Elkie David, who's an eccentric billionaire, right? And so Elkie David went over on Twitch at the time, and he had all his hot wives and stuff twerking or whatever, and Twitch banned him. And so he's
Bummer.
like, "Fuck Twitch! I'm going to create my own site." And he created Battlecam.
Was it Justin.tv at the time?
Yeah. But people don't remember that, so that's just said Twitch. But so yeah, his whole idea was I'm going to make a live stream platform where anything goes.
Right.
So like these people on camera showing their face would be calling each other the F words, the N words, like
Oh, here we go.
whatever race you were, people said racist stuff to you, So it was an all-out war, and it was fun. I loved it because I had such a big fan base that I could just bully everyone there. But eventually, Elkie made me a moderator because I brought so many viewers over to the website, right? And there was this other guy, Alex, who was also a moderator.
It's ironic because I'm thinking that image in my head,
happened
that
was-
clip that I played before.
is when you're a moderator, you can start anyone, and you can kick anyone.
So
from
what's
the
the
lineup.
idea? So starting is just putting somebody up.
Okay, let's say
What
we're
is starting?
let's say we're all in the lineup, right?
Okay.
I'm first, you're second, all the way around, right? A moderator can put him in the front of the line and just make him go up on the camera,
Right.
Or he can kick him out or whatever, right? You have all these controls. I'm a moderator. Alex is a moderator, and Elkie David is not there. There's
Right.
no one there. So what Alex starts doing is he starts starting me over and over again. When I'm waiting, I'm being a good boy. I'm waiting in the lineup for my turn, and he keeps starting me. So to the audience, it looks like I'm starting myself.
So that's why you say, I'm not starting my fucking self.
Yeah, so the whole time he's doing this, I'm like, dude, I'm not starting myself in the chat. My fans are saying that. Alex is doing this shit, da 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 da. And Alex is
2
sitting there
minutes left.
calling me, a dago, a wop, because I'm Italian, and this is just like a normal part of this website.
I'm surprised I'm still up.
What do you
So
want, bro?
Yeah,
my stream, that is.
true.
A little Italian moment there for you.
Hey, give me a coffee.
Coffee pot.
Great.
Copper coffee pot, yeah.
So what I did is I went and I live streamed on Blog TV, proving that I was not starting myself. My hands were up in the air. Told my fans to, spam Alex with the N-word, to fire back because he was calling me a day or a wop, and so that's basically what that clip is.
Crazy.
Yeah, so for anyone watching or listening who doesn't know what this meme is, there's basically just this clip.
Just look up Keemstar.
Yeah,
N-word.
just look up Keemstar N-word and you'll see it.
Yeah, and the guy who wants to argue people's pasts and all that shit, well, there's his past right there saying the N-word, so careful what you say.
It's something that happened
It's
so long
a
ago.
fantastic piece of internet history. It's a golden
really
video.
is.
Just the way you said the N-word with such passion.
Well, look,
Really drove it off.
Oh, yeah, it's great that he said the N-word with such passion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of people in the public that's not going to take too kindly to the N-word, by the way.
obviously anyone with a brain cell left will defend you on this one and say oh, it's no big deal.
Yeah, dude, I know it wasn't. Well, you're
But-
cool with Alex anyways now, right?
Sure. No, I hate him. He deserved it. He deserved it. I don't like Alex. Alex, if you're watching this, fuck you.
I've actually never heard I didn't know the full story of that.
I'm actually glad I saved it for the podcast.
All right, so that's pretty much the end of that. So that's the gist story of it. Okay, so thank you, by the way, Alice. So now that I know that, I got a little bit more of an insight to why that was such a big deal. I've seen him saying the N-word on Vines and try not to laugh challenges, but I never really quite understood how funny it was supposed to be. If you ever watch Tyrone Magnus, he actually watches a lot of try not to laugh videos. It was one part I was watching one of his reactions at a Subway. I was watching one of his videos, and all of a sudden I see Keemstar just yelling the N-word and just him reacting what the fuck is this guy saying? I literally thought Tyrone Magnus was going to get off his seat for a moment and throw something across the room, because imagine seeing someone's reaction to the N-word being used. Kind of let that sink in for a moment, but gosh. All right, well, at least now I've got the perspective behind Keemstar now. Does that mean that I support it, or does that mean that I'm okay with it? Fuck no. Some stupid ass history of a grown ass man picking on kids on a fucking gaming console, getting banned dozens to maybe 11 times just to switch out consoles. I don't get it. I don't get why he would send his fans to raid chats to use the N-word and crap like that, because shit like that can get you jumped. If someone recognizes you and you have said the N-word before, depending on that context, they recognize it, chances are you get fucking jumped. So, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Surprisingly so, I have not been kicked off, but I'm not going to take that chance right now. I do want to thank every single one of you guys for coming out. I still have about I got 5 more minutes left before I cut the stream to a legitimate end right here. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know right now. I'm more than willing to listen right now to any questions that you have. Oh, I can actually insert ads into this. Holy shit. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I will get to them. All right, man. True crime stories. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it very much. Here we go. Yes, my internet survived. Keemstar shit is why I take the umbrage to the occasional time I've been called a low-rent Keemstar. Well, you know what, Damien? Everyone loves you, man. I'll tell you that. And I, dude, hope to catch another stream. Thank you, Ellis. And thank you, Ellis, for sending me those 2 links, by the way. That did help me give me some great insight. Do you think that if he does get the interview that he won't take it seriously? He did take the Romeo interview serious. Maybe but from the angle that I'm looking at right now, he doesn't appear to be taking it very seriously. It's just because he's got Leafy on here. They're cracking jokes and crap like that. And, again, I just see this as a cash cowing opportunity that he's trying to take advantage of in my own perspective. But that's me. I don't speak for everyone. That's just my own perspective of the matter. Camera equipment. Okay, I see what you mean. He's been streaming for 69 minutes. Giggity. Thank you, Ozzy. Female members of the democracy will tell you ain't nothing wrong with the other equipment. Oh, gosh. Damien. Holy shit, dude. No, I don't want that. I need the other sides. Whew. No, I don't want that one. Put me on the different one. Thank you. Let's see. Okay. Still got 3 minutes left. I love having to have reread type shit because of these censoring tossers and their crappy website. Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry, Damon. I will definitely double check my stuff and make sure that some of the censoring stuff is off. I don't know why, but I will double check. I'll give you 5 minutes. Oh, my gosh. Oh, gosh. It's like I'm not escaping this hell, am I? Oh, yeah. And I think my next payday, I'm actually going to commission some people to do some music, some original music. That way I don't have to worry about having a boring stream for one and not getting copyright claimed when I try to make music. Well, not make music. I mean play music from other music videos. So there's that. I myself don't agree with how Keemstar conducts himself, but I'm hoping for the best. He does have more resources to get the info from other YouTubers, so I'm just sitting back and watching. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna judge you there. I mean, you got the right to that perspective, and I can take that in consideration. Does have who has an angle? Who I? Oh gosh, if that's who I think is it UTF? UTF with a 45-degree bent dick angle. Is that who I'm thinking of, or you thinking of? Shoot, that is not right. Oh boy. All right, still got 2 minutes left before we end off. I should probably look into that then. So a Q and an OCR in the chat. It's gonna go down now. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, there it is. Oh my. Alrighty, we got 20 seconds left to go. I want to thank you guys for coming out to the chat. Thank you everyone in the chat. Aussie, Metal Mate, Marie, Monsterful, Damien Skyfire, True Crime Stories, Emmy and Bases, who's also Tyler, by the way. Mario992, Chelsea Courier, Alyssa Courtney, Orlando Rainbow, Yoshi Fan 109, also Margot, giggity. There was one more person in here too. All right, and I will catch you guys later. I love you guys to death. You guys have a good night.